right, here we are at our next video, and it is interpreting pie charts. So, let's see what we have. In a recent phone survey, people were asked to state their favorite type of television show. The pie chart below summarizes the responses of those surveyed. So looking at this pie chart, which represents 100% of the people surveyed, we see about 50% said news or comedy were their favorite type of show. Um, it looks like about a quarter, 1/4, 25% said drama. And if we add all these up, this looks like it's twice that. That looks like it's equal to those two put together. So I'd say this is like 12.5%. That's like 12.5%. And if we divide 12.5 three ways, we get like 4 point, I don't know, 4.16. So we'll say that it's like 4, this is like 8, and um, 4 plus 8, 12, and that's like the other 13. Um, but these are all estimations, and that's what you're going to have to do here. Which category was chosen by approximately 1/4 of those surveyed? 1/4. Drama clearly takes up 1/4 of this circle if you divide it 4 ways. There you go. Approximately what percentage of those surveyed chose other or drama? Other or drama. So we're going to put other and drama together because they want to know what percentage chose other or drama. So they could be in either. Well, this is clearly more than 25. Maybe it's 30, but it's clearly not 40 because 40 would be closer to 50, right? So I would say 30. This is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to make judgments based on the position of these lines. It's not too difficult, but you might need to get the hang of it if you haven't done it before. If 16% of those surveyed chose news, so this is 16, 16 implies that this was about 34%, right? Um, what percent chose sports? Oh no, 16 chose news. Sports is over here, but you can see that sports is about half this slice. So sports, I would say, is 8. There's no way it's twice as big. There's no way it's 1/4 as big, which would be 4%. And there's no way it's 3 times as big, which would be 50%. And clearly, just looking at it, 50% sports does not take up 50% of the circle. The only logical choice, and there will be only one, is 8. So we go on. Next. We'll do one more just for our own edification, just to make sure we have it down. Um, so we'll hit more practice and do another one. It says the pie chart below shows the percentage of total revenue that a publisher receives from various types of publications. Use this chart to answer the questions. It looks to me like textbooks and cookbooks make up 50% of the revenue. All these other things make up about 50%. Magazines 25. Um, I don't know. It's a judgment call here. Maybe this is 3, 2. So I would say that maybe this is 15. That's 5. That's 5. But it's a guesstimate. So let's look at the questions. Which category counts for 1/5? 1/5 is 20%. 20% is a little smaller than a quarter, about 5% less than a quarter. I'm estimating each of these is about 5%. And clearly 25% would be exactly magazines. Textbooks is a little smaller than magazines. Paperbacks too small. We go textbooks. Approximately what percentage of the total revenue comes from paperbacks and poetry combined? Paperbacks and poetry, clearly smaller than 25%, maybe about 5% smaller. Um, wait. I'm adding the wrong things, aren't I? Paperback and poetry. That looks like 20% to me. Paperbacks and poetry. Oh, I'm looking at these answers and wondering why I don't see 20% in there. That's because we're supposed to type it in. Okay, that was not that was just a result of the time. It's late. Okay. If the revenue from Cook's Books is 30%, sounds good. Approximately what percentage of the total revenue comes from paperbacks? So if this is 30%, would you agree that that looks about half as big? I'd say so. There you go. Next. Oh, another question they could ask. If 30% is this, what's this? 20%, clearly, right? 25, 15, 5 and 5. That's what my guesses are. Okay, we are done. Very good. We seem to have mastered it. So we'll say, bye bye.